I just need a way out of my head. Greetings, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or Jupiter, any of these aspects in Vedic sidereal. If you don't know what that is, check the description box of this video, click the link, and you can get your free chart there. Through stressful waters to relief. I was drowning, but now I'm swimming. Yeah, I do all the things I do to spend a little time in hell, and what I won't tell you, I'll probably never even tell myself. And don't you know that sunshine don't feel right when you're inside all day? I wish it was nice out, but it looked like rain. Gray skies, and I'm drifting, not living forever. They told me it only gets better. My regrets look like texts I shouldn't send. And I got neighbors, they're more like strangers. We could be friends. I just need a way out of my head. I'll do anything for a way out of my head. Rest in peace, the late Mac Miller. Come back to earth. Capricorn. It is a somber time on our world right now, so I'm not super surprised about this reading. For your oracle, we have the beached whale. Whale in reverse, and it says for the beached whale, if whale is beached in your cards, the contrary medicine implies that you are not following your sonar or your homing device within. You are not super tapped into your true North Star. You are following the crowd. You are allowing other things to be as white noise and create your actions and how you are treating yourself right now, Capricorn. On some level, you have forgotten that you hold all the power you need within you. You hold all of the answers that you need within you, Capricorn. You have everything you need within you, but you have beached yourself. This is the number 41. 41 adds up to a 5. 4 plus 1. So this is a 5 in numerology, all about challenges, all about getting your power back, all about really needing to face your fears and take a stand for courage as a rite of passage into your heart, into your soul, Capricorn. It may be that you're having to deal with a lot of chatter in your head. You can't get past your own personal records. If so, you may need to use other sounds to enter the silence. You can use bells, rattles, a flute, a drum. You may also use the sounds of nature, but choosing something that is a rhythmic sound for 30 minutes a day will be really powerful and potent medicine for you guys, Capricorn. Rock yourself gently and float into the world of the sea. Allow yourself to flow with the waters of time to collect your answers and your truth. Return back to your truth. Contrary whale is saying that you must desire to know in order to receive the information of the knowing. You must seek your own song that lies within you, Capricorn. And hearing the whale's call, you will indeed connect to the ancients and your ancestors on a cellular level, and only then will you be able to open up your library of records, your Akashic records, Capricorn. It may not come all at once. It may take more practice, but if you hold the desire to know and hold it deeply close to your heart, it will be whale's gift to you to reveal these pieces of yourself, Capricorn. Look to the great star nation and send gratitude to Sirius for the song of the whale, Capricorn. So there you have the whale. So since it mentioned the ancients and ancestors, Capricorn, I decided to pull from the ancestors deck, ancestors and guardians. So we had Winter and the High Priest. And both of these cards also have to do with fear, and the wolf is the one animal that really is active all year round. Wolves are very stealthy, they can work in packs, but they also can be known as the lone wolf, a one-man wolf pack. I feel for a lot of my Capricorns, they're feeling like they're a one-man wolf pack and they're having to defend themselves. Just know that whatever you are facing right now, Capricorn, you are not in this alone, and where you're at right now, for my women, your masculine from a masculine past life is being triggered right now, and so you're having to face certain fears around your divine masculine or in dealing with the divine masculine, and it is confronting at this time, to be frank. Wolf medicine also says, since it is with Winter, that you may have a very deep stored trauma that needs to be relooked at. So it'd be really powerful for you guys to do somatic healing with someone, for you guys to do past life regression with someone, for you guys to do work of hypnosis with another person. Really powerful to work with Dolores Cannon practitioners. You can go to her website and see all the practitioners of quantum healing and going through all of those past life yummy goodness things. I know people who try and do this on themselves, and even if you are able to do it on yourself, having another person work on you is usually much more potent in the fact that they can typically reveal things that you yourself are pretty good at covering up, even if you are good at these techniques. So Capricorn, I highly suggest that you work with someone, that you work with a shaman, have a shamanic drum journey done for you. You work with, like I said, anyone who does quantum healing technique, anyone who does somatic work, theta work, past life regression, Akashic records, anyone who does that has like a reputable or you feel comfortable working with, I would say is an important time to go do that. Malachite is present here in his wand. So malachite is an amplifier. It is also a very powerful stone of manifestation. So if you are fearful of anything and you wear malachite, then you will only become more fearful. If you are thinking about a sickness or an illness or getting over something, then you will only manifest more of that thing. So it is very important, Capricorn, at this time, that you are in charge of your thoughts, that you choose your destiny, that you are in charge of your destiny, Capricorn, that you choose what you're putting your attention to, because what you put your attention to will grow. Think of the metaphor if you have a bunch of crops of words and it's like, I suck, I hate myself, I eat my feelings away, da 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 da, and you're just thinking that and you're watering that crop, then all those things are going to grow. If you have a crop of, I love myself, I see myself 25 pounds skinnier because I love myself, because I love to keep less fat on my body so that my heart is healthier, so that my joints don't have to work as hard. I care for my bones, I care for my heart, I care for my arteries, and because of this, I don't want to be overweight. I care for this, that, and the other, so I don't want to put alcohol in my body because alcohol is literally poison. Things like this, Capricorn, will help you break these patterns, but you have to keep nourishing the good, and you have to keep starving the negative, the things that affect your life in a negative way that are stopping you from really achieving your goals. And we have 3 cards here already of fear and facing fears. We have the rune of Ingwaz, and in Ingwaz, it's kind of similar here. Another sign got this card, I can't remember who right now. But with Ingwaz, if we notice him, he's on this dry, barren land. He doesn't really see anything fruitful going on. He can't even lift his head up. He doesn't see that there's any good soil for him to plant anything, so there is no green, there's no abundance around him. Capricorn, you may at this time feel like you are a one-man wolf pack. You're all alone, you're in a barren land, you can't plant anything, you're at a dead end with a health situation, with a relationship, with a home situation, with work. You feel like the world is at a dead end, you're just feeling a little down. For the Capricorns that I'm reading for, keep in mind, you guys, if this isn't your reading and you're listening to any of my readings and you're like, this doesn't fit, then check another sign of yours, your sun, moon, rising, Venus, or your Jupiter sign. If none of those are your sign, then I'm just not your reader this month. I'm connecting to a different collective than you're connected to. That goes for all readers. So if it's not your reading, it's not your reading. But the Capricorns I'm reading for are definitely feeling kind of down right now. You're not seeing your power. You're not seeing this golden glow, this aura around you that is protecting you at all times. Capricorn, you have everything you need. All that you need to heal is within you. All that you need to be the most successful, abundant version of yourself is within you, Capricorn. You have all of this. It lies within you. And he is holding a single autumn leaf. So this could have happened during autumn. You could have trauma that happened during autumn because our body does store things on, we work on a clock like that. So you might have allergies during certain seasons that you've had certain traumas around, and the allergies may be exacerbated the less that you really deal with those traumas. You might have certain financial situations that seems like every time you get fired, it's always in a certain season. Every time business is kind of down, it always happens during a certain month. If you look back in time, this is why journaling is so important and recording things is so important, because this is how we can really learn where we have conditioned ourselves, where we have allowed our experiences to condition us and condition the way that we handle situations, the way that we allow in prosperity and abundance, or the way that we deny it, and the way that we stop ourselves from really getting that, from receiving love, from receiving powerful relationships with friends, family, coworkers, from receiving better clients, more generous clients, clients that appreciate your skills more, from being seen for who you are and your worth more, Capricorn. It's the time when you need to really reevaluate the seasons of your life and when certain things occur and what happened to you in those seasons. The Wolf card says the same thing. It says that there is something buried deep in your past here that you are not looking at. The beached whale is no longer in the flow. You're no longer in the heavy primordial water, the ocean of the soul. You have beached yourself. You are on land. You are no longer in your own territory of your soul. You have stepped away from it and you have beached yourself, and you need some assistance at this time, Capricorn. Hawk is going to be a powerful protector medicine for you. Getting a hawk feather, I don't think that you guys can see it, but there's a hawk feather up there, would be really powerful medicine for you guys to just kind of keep around you to protect yourself from any night terrors, any psychic attacks, anything of the sort. Also, fire agate is a really powerful stone for your protection, for your health. This will completely ward off and kind of beam back energies of anyone trying to infiltrate your field, as well as black tourmaline is a very powerful stone, and mine is set in copper because my body really likes copper. We get along. So, along with Ingwas, it is the number 22. 22 is all about wanting to bring things into harmony. It adds up to a 4. 4 is the number of stability and home. So you're trying to put 2 and 2 together. You're trying to put 2 and 2 together, but it just doesn't seem to be working out. Keeping citrine around you would be really powerful as well, and calcite. These are stones that will help your solar plexus heal, the sex center, your creative center, your power center, your courage center. This is all about fruitfulness and protection, fermentation, growth, being in solitude, having more patience during this time, being quiet, having a greater maturity and having inner growth, introspection, self-awareness. This can be also rigid and slightly blind. It can be a little impatient. Capricorn, only when we know our solitude to be different from our loneliness can we be whole enough to honor another's place. Only when we know our solitude to be different than our loneliness can we be whole enough to honor another's place, Capricorn. This is a seed, a rune of separation and isolation in order for you to create a space of transformation into a higher state of being. So you need to be alone at this time so that you can ascend to a higher state of being within. This is healing your inner child by going back to those deep somatic memories, wondering and thinking about, how did your parents punish you? How were you disciplined, Capricorn? Thinking back on how those who raised you disciplined you. This is about deep personal development, having stored energy. It's usually the male sexuality, resting expectations. This is saying it's time for yourself. You've been scattered. It is time for you to pull back in. Bring the sonar back in. Get your sonar going back within yourself, Capricorn. This is also the action rune, the ing, doing, being. This is a potential energy that is accumulating gradually, that is stored gradually, and is building, bubbling until it is all released. Kind of think of like the male orgasm, so to speak, which we have quite a little phallic card here. He is growing in gold, we see. He is rising from this, and he is all of a sudden in this forest of great pine trees, and everything is green and prosperous, and he is glowing. Capricorn, this could happen in 2 months, in 4 months. I'm seeing for some of my Capricorns, in 2 months from now, you're going to look back 2 months back to today, and you're going to be like, wow, if I had only known that 2 months from now I would be here, I would have been so much more patient, I would have had so much more grace with myself, I would have been so much kinder and compassionate to myself and all the people that I was short-tempered with because of everything that I was frustrated with today. So Capricorn, just keep that in mind, because it is going to not only get better, it's going to get so much better, exponentially better. We see 2 and 2, 4. That is an exponential increase. So there is an exponential increase here, Capricorn. This is the law of death and rebirth, the warrior tradition of dying for something. This is true sacrifice, that one form must die for a new form to grow and evolve. This is understanding that all seasons change, the artistry of letting go and mastering letting go, mastering releasing people, releasing relationships. This is all about sex magic, meditation. So you guys could be, after you activate your inner child and heal something with your inner child, which probably brought in a certain type of partner that you were always manifesting and always dating, kind of the certain type of person, Capricorn, you're going to get a new partner, or you're going to bring something out of your current partner by you changing. Because as you change, your relationships with others will change, and they will either shed off and you will invite new relationships in, or they will grow with you, and your changes will create ripples that will make them change. This is all about the moonstone, and amber will be important stones for you guys. The life force comes from within you, not without you. Kind of similar medicine there with the wolf and the whale. This is saying don't be passive. It is time to go. Step out of your comfort zone. Believe in yourself. Release your obstacles, Capricorn. Everything you need, you have, so drop your fear. Face it, feed your creativity, and strengthen your mind. Learn from nature. End a cycle to begin new beginnings. There's no reversals with this. This is only good news. This is, you are at the bottom of the valley, so the only way is up from here, Capricorn. Do not turn away because you don't see results fast enough. This also reinforces your healing capabilities and your perseverance. So I really like that for you guys. Lastly, for your horse runes, or oracles, they're not runes, we have true friend. Although you have presently felt in a sparse emotional landscape, Capricorn, you do have a true friend around. Many lessons are coming your way, and much processing is required to grasp and digest all that this time period is offering to you. By staying in tandem with a supportive friend who you can trust, you will indeed prevail. So Capricorn, your friends are important to be around right now. Even if you kind of want to be alone, you don't have to keep many around, but there is like 1 or 2, maybe 3 people that you can really trust. And whenever you're having these emotional somatic breakthroughs and you're having these moments where you're having breakdowns, it's so important, Capricorn, that we're witnessed in this. This is why it's important that we do healing with another. Even if you prefer to do all of your healing magic work on yourself, it's important to share so that it can be acknowledged, so that it can be witnessed. Because it is only when the expression is witnessed and feels absolutely witnessed that it can actually be released and totally just and dissipate from the body and the cell structure. So this is saying that you need to be vulnerable with someone at this time, Capricorn. Lush forage and restful areas are ahead, which we see that. Lush forage, and you can rest under those trees, Capricorn. For now, the strength of your friend brings an added energy, and this is a gift to you during this time. Lessons will be more easily understood, and the process will be richer when you have someone to confide in. So cherish and appreciate your friend during this time, Capricorn. Hope. The lesson around you is about hope at this time. Hope is a slender cord attaching you to your dreams and your desires, Capricorn. You may be experiencing a trying time, or you may have been faced with adversity recently. Remember always that hope is not a way out, it is a way through. Do so repeatedly. Meditate and focus on your desired outcome. Let fall away any doubting voices inside yourself, and let fall away any doubt from others. Repeat to yourself the desired outcome, and envision every small step as a victory towards your higher purpose, Capricorn. Trust that what is taking shape before you is for your highest good and the highest good of all others. Move with hope and intention to the eventual outcome. The ultimate situation will be positive. Have faith in this and know this, Capricorn. Even the most painful times create the most beautiful gifts in life. Your prayers have already been answered and they are in process. Be patient and have hope, Capricorn. Have hope. We see water splashing up here, so for my beached whales, I see you getting your energy back to go back into the ocean. And Capricorn, lastly, kind of perfect to have energy. This beautiful liver chestnut Arabian with alive eyes and a diamond star. I love that. At the present time, Capricorn, you may feel bursts of energy. Your thoughts and emotions have more intensity than usual. Yes, this is a very intense time. I think we can all agree with that. So pay attention to the flow of ideas and all the impulses that you're feeling, Capricorn. Trust in the divine and direct your energy to the task at hand. Look at the bigger picture and allow the energy to course through you in all that you're doing, Capricorn. Use special care to guide this energy in the most positive direction possible, keeping only good thoughts in flow and create only positive action. Accept that whatever outcome unfolds is indeed for the highest good of all concerned. This is your calling at this time, Capricorn. The positive energy and thoughts that you send out will indeed return to you tenfold. Have faith and trust the process. All right, Capricorn, let's see what your tarot says. Jason Mraz, lucky. Do you hear me? I'm talking to you across the water under the open sky. Boy, I hear you in my dreams. I hear you whisper across the sea. I keep you with me in my heart. It makes it easier when life gets hard. Lucky I'm in love with my best friend. Lucky to have been where I have been. Lucky to be coming home again. Capricorn, some of my Capricorns are having a reconciliation here, and it feels like a homecoming. Some of my Capricorns are just having a renewal in their relationship. If you're married, if you're in a relationship, then you're having a time where You're having a homecoming. It could be a homecoming of a relationship to yourself. You're lucky that you're in love with your best friend. Some of my Capricorns are falling in love with themselves all over again. Some of my Capricorns are falling in love with their partner all over again. And some of my Capricorns are absolutely reconciling with someone of their past who they really felt like they were best friends. And you may not have realized this until after you lost the person or after they lost you. You guys lost each other. So both of you guys are realizing after this that after you've dated other people, you've been separated for a while, you're like, you know, no one really understood me and got me like they did. Seven of Swords in reverse. I like that it's in reverse. So someone's seeing here what they did. They're seeing the deception and they're either forgiving it, or it's being brought into the light, or they're regretting. In Capricorn, this is you. So you are kind of regretting, you're thinking back, you're wondering if you could have done things differently, if you had done things differently, what the outcome would have been like. You're wondering, sevens are all about spirituality and swords are all about your thoughts. So you're kind of, some of my Capricorns are beating themselves up mentally. Some of my Capricorns are a little rigid when it comes to the mind. You're being really hard on yourself, which is a very typical Capricorn thing to do. We have the High Priestess crossing you. So you could be thinking about a Pisces or someone with Pisces in their nature. You are also thinking with the High Priestess here, she's the 2 and 7 is here. So we have 2s and 7s. So 7, 2, 7, 7, 7, 7. We had 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. So anything with 7s and 2s or 4s. Ace of Pentacles is in your subconscious, so you want to give an offer. Seven of Swords in reverse with the High Priestess crossing you. So you're thinking about someone who's a High Priestess. You hold her in high regards for my Capricorn men. You did something wrong. Seven of Swords is in reverse. You want to make it right, and you want to give this love offer. We have the Empress in reverse at the bottom of the deck, so she may not be happy with you. She may not be the happiest with you right now, Capricorn men. For my Capricorn men who haven't deceived someone, the Seven of Swords is mystery. You're like, this person is mysterious. Yeah, we have Knight of Cups in reverse as you as crowning you. Nine of Pentacles is your past energy. So in the past you're single, doing all things on your own. So that could have been the Seven of Swords here. The deception is you made it seem to this person like, yeah, I'm fine by myself. I'm alone. I pay my bills. Everything's good. This, that, and the other. Everything's fine. I don't need you. I'm enjoying my life. Things are good. You're making that appearance on the outside, but internally, Seven of Swords in reverse, you're kind of like sweating it. And the High Priestess, you're thinking about making Ace of Pentacles a love offer because we have the Knight of Cups here, but it's in reverse. So you're not going to act on this because of the Seven of Swords. So for some of my Capricorns, it's like you really miss a relationship, but because of the Seven of Swords, and because you respect yourself, you know better, and you know you can't go back to that person. But no matter what you do, you can't shake the fact that you really want to give this offer. You want to give a love offer. For some of my Capricorns, it's that you are single, you're doing great. After this, the Seven of Swords in reverse with the High Priestess is you getting over. You're finally at a place where you can get over this. And with the Knight of Cups in reverse, you're no longer going to abide by his charm or her charm. If someone's trying to woo you, the Knight of Cups is very charming, very charismatic, always pulls you in for a fun time, a good time, but he doesn't stay around. He's not a king. He's a knight. He has to move on, and he has to woo the next girl or the next boy. The Knight of Cups is in for a good, quick, loving, passionate time, a fun time, but he's not really there to stay and create a home, have a wife and kids. Or she's not there to have a husband and kids. So if that's what you want, which I feel like some of my Capricorns do, you're realizing that you're not going to deal with these knights anymore. You only want a solid, steady offer, and you might be moving to look for this. You might be quite actually moving. You might be looking at places to move, or you're ready for a new job offer, and you're focused on work, Ace of Pentacles, rather than Cups. Because of the Seven of Swords, because of this deception of your past, you realize where you've put too much stock in relationships, and you're not going to put stock in relationships anymore. You're like, nope, no more. High Priestess, I see above the knights. I cannot fall for these games anymore. I will not fall for these games anymore. In the past, I was single and alone and, doing okay because I got over, finally, the Seven of Swords, this deception, this betrayal, whatever this was, and I'm now thinking about where do I want my ships to go next? Do I want to move? Do I want to change jobs? You're in a place where you're doing kind of like a life review and you're deciding where you want to go next. see, she's deciding. She's sitting here thinking. She has gotten over this deception. She's in a high priestess state, or if it's a guy, he's thinking about a high priestess. He's thinking about a woman with Pisces in her chart. Remember, I prefer Vedic sidereal, so it could be an Aries, because in Vedic sidereal, Aries would be Pisces, and a lot of Tauruses would be Aries, and so on and so forth. So we have the wheel in reverse here as your future energy. The wheel in reverse is the karmic wheel, the wheel of Jupiter, the wheel of fortune. So in reverse, you may feel like you've lost a fortune for some of my Capricorns. For some of my Capricorns, you're wanting to go back to something because the wheel is saying the end of a cycle, but in reverse, you're saying, wait, hold up, that cycle is not over yet. And with the High Priestess crossing you with the Seven of Swords and the wheel in reverse, you are really wanting to see if you can have another go at this Capricorn. With the Knight of Cups, I'm not feeling so. Yeah, because you have death on your path. So with death on your path, you're either moving towards a Scorpio, but I really feel like some woman is telling this man off. Like, if he comes around, look, if he comes around and he tries to offer her just one stare, just the way that she looks at you is going to be enough to, like, put you down. And she's got her trusty steed here. She's galloping in on a horse. She's saying you are not welcome here. She's protected. She's protecting her space. So Capricorn, there is definitely an energy. I'm feeling like a Seven of Wands, like a defensiveness. You kind of have this like moat around you and like this huge Great Wall of China built around you, Capricorn, for my ladies. And you're putting death to any nights. You're putting death to any deception, betrayal. You now can see through the BS because you're the High Priestess. You have been through the worst of the worst, and because you've been through it and you've endured it, you will never, never again let someone do that to you again. What's your environment? Who is in your environment? You are dealing with the Hierophant. So Capricorn, this could be a Taurus, but again, you're dealing with someone who wants commitment. They want commitment. They want to come back. They want this. In your environment is someone who wants to give you a solid commitment. Either a solid commitment with a work situation, but with the Ace of Pentacles, the wheel in reverse, and the Hierophant, I'm really feeling like one of you guys really, really wants to push this, and I'm feeling like it's them, because they're the Hierophant, but you're approaching them like death. So how does that work? They're like, please, can we give this one more go around, Capricorn? But you're like, no. I said no. I said no. I said no, because I respect myself too much, and what you did was dirty. What did they do to you, Capricorn? Well, considering there's a naked woman hiding under his chair, this card has come out so many times during this month of readings, he was texting another woman, he was actually king another woman, or she was another man, but, I mean, this is gender doesn't lie here. She's standing here, this is you, standing here naked for your man. You're like, I was vulnerable for you, I gave to you, I did things with you that I would never do with anyone else. I gave parts of me sexually to you that I would never give to anyone else. I was committed to you in ways intimately, emotionally, physically, spiritually, in ways that I would never connect with anyone else. The Hierophant is a very spiritual card, you guys. This is someone that you really, really gave to, and they didn't treat it with the respect that it deserved. They didn't take you seriously. Because they weren't ready to commit. So Capricorn, this whole journey of healing is about self-worth and abandonment. Just because this person wasn't ready for commitment doesn't mean anything about you. They saw you and they saw your worth, but they also didn't see their own worth, and because of that, they were insecure enough to need validation from other mistresses and pages. People who really just don't mean anything. But just because they don't mean anything doesn't mean that you're going to let that person back. King of Wands is your hopes, dreams, and fears. You want daddy. You want daddy. So you're thinking about a fire sign, Capricorn. Could be thinking about an Aries, Sag, or Leo. Whoever you're thinking about definitely has their poles balanced. They are in their power. This could be a very strong woman, or this could be a male. Could be either gender. It just says that the king is someone who is usually an entrepreneur, they're self-made, and your outcome is the Page of Pentacles in reverse. So rejecting an offer because it's from a page and you want a king. So people are going to be giving you offers this month, Capricorn, but you're going to be rejecting all the pages. If this is a work situation, then you are just too skeptical to take it right now, and things are too uncertain in the world for you to take it right now. You want the Queen of Pentacles. So you could be moving towards, yeah, you're saying no to a page, and you're saying yes to a queen. So for my females, you could be same sex here. For some of my females, you want a man who has actually healed his mommy issues. You want a man who doesn't have their mom take care of them. You want a man who would like actually go buy his mom a new car, because that's what the King of Wands would do. The King of Wands has his shit together enough that he can actually buy his mom a new house. He can buy his mom a new car. He can get those things for his mom. Not a page. You don't want a little boy who still gets his groceries from his mom, who still has his mom buy his dinner a few nights a week. You don't want this page, because the page is the one who has the mommy take care of him still. So he's looking for another mommy to keep taking care of him, or someone to just keep blaming his issues on while he has his cake and eats it too, while he gets you and he gets all the women that he hides under the chair, which he may not actually be with them. He might just be browsing. He might just be whacking off to them. He might just be sexting them, texting them, flirting, just casually grazing and swiping. You don't want that though, Capricorn. For my ladies and for my men, you definitely want this Queen of Pentacles. You want someone who's also, she could have Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo in her chart. You want someone who is also stable. You want a woman who is grown up. You don't want these little page offers. You're done with the flings. You don't want the flings anymore. You don't want the night fleeting actions anymore. This was fun for you in the past for my male Capricorns, because you have proof of it right here with that Seven of Swords, Knight of Cups, and the Hierophant hiding ladies under the chair. You used to have fun seeing everything that you could get, because you might be a very established Capricorn, so you're like, I can get anyone, I'm in a young age, I look good, I'm single, so it's not wrong. No, it's not wrong, but if you really want commitment, then you have to go forth towards commitment. You have to date intentionally, Capricorn. So for both my females and my male Capricorns, you're learning to date intentionally. You're learning to put depth to situations where there's deception, or where you feel like the energy is just frivolous and a one-night stand. One of the other readings had this, she was just one night, you were my whole life, Gemini. So for some of my Capricorns, you could have Gemini in your chart somewhere as well, or you could be dealing with a Gemini, because we have, again, that whole third party energy here. So Capricorn, I love you guys, and we will see what June has for you guys. If you guys get that Queen of Pentacles, if there is reconciliation here, if there is another betrayal, or if there is a happy ending. We don't have the Two of Cups or the Six of Cups or the Four of Wands, but there's definitely a desire for commitment with the Hierophant, a desire for leveling up, a desire for bringing something forward, but you guys are butting heads. One of you guys really wants to bring this forth. I think both of you guys want this, but one of you guys with the Nine of Pentacles, the High Priestess, and the Death card, you just know there's 8 billion people in the world. And if there's 8 billion people in the world, no matter how much I loved you, no matter how much you're a soulmate, there are so many other soulmates in this world. There are so many soulmates in this world. And I deserve to be with one that wants to commit to me, that will not do me dirty like the Seven of Swords, whatever the Seven of Swords was. So, I love you guys, and I'll see you shortly.